Life.
Drawing.
Drawing, yes. Yes, drawing or painting, sculpture, something like, fine arts can be art, right?
Yep.
Yeah,
Yeah.
very good. What else?
A way to express yourself through a drawing.
Very good. Yeah, express yourself. What else?
Is music a form of art?
Uh-huh. Very good. Anything else?
Beauty or emotional power.
Uh-huh. Yes. Very good. So everything you just said can be answered, but it is not easy question to answer, right? It's kind of tough because as we just talked about, everyone and people define art in many ways. So everyone thinks the art is different, right? So today we are going to see diverse viewpoints of art in terms of beauty, appearances, meaning, and purpose. All right, so let's see a very famous painting. This. Everyone knows this painting, right?
Yes.
Yes, so much popular painting.
Yeah.
So this is Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci from the Renaissance in 1503 to 1505. Before the Renaissance, there was Middle Age, known as Dark Age in art, for 1,000 years. During Middle Age, art was used for the only worship of God, like craftsmen. However, after Middle Age, the Renaissance arose, and many Renaissance artists sought to make realistic images and spaces on the two-dimensional surface. So this Mona Lisa painting gave many Renaissance people a shock with a beautiful woman who seemed like alive in the painting. Besides, this painting made many critics in 19th century surprised when it was shown at the Louvre Museum in Paris. So they described her as a dangerous beauty and a fatal attraction. Do you agree with that?
No.
No. Her face is, this painting style is kind of old-fashioned to us, right? All right. So now let's look at what art is in modern 20th century. This is Marcel Duchamp fountain. Can you guess what it is? What is it?
Urinal.
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 Yes, yes. It's a male urinal. Yes. So Duchamp did not make this urinal, but only designed it as a work of art. So it is a type of art known as a ready-made. So this Duchamp ready-made work fountain raised interesting philosophical question. Does art have to be made by an artist? How do you think?
No.
No, not at all. Third is work of art. Yes, it's one of the proof. So art can be changed by diverse viewpoints. This is Japanese artist painting, Maple Leaves on a River. So this painting depicts Japanese autumn river in 19th century with middle or lower classes. And the left one, this is the Egyptian mural, The Journey of the Sun God Ra. So this painting depicts Nile River, and ancient Egyptian believed there was a god to control the river, which made the fertile soil to grow their crop. So sometimes art can be different by subject matter, even though artists depict the same object as these two paintings. So the idea of art has changed by history. In ancient time, art is totemic sculpture or painting. And in the Middle Ages, art is craft. And also in Renaissance, art is painting, sculpture, architecture with the skilled technique. And lastly, in modern and postmodern, art means diverse genre. So the basic idea of art has been changed through the art history. So now, let's talk about art and beauty. Many of us assume that a work of art should be beautiful, right?
Yes.
Yes, yes. I saw some of your discussions, and someone said like she loves art because it's beautiful. Yes, yes, same as me. But beauty and art were discussed together because both were felt to provide pleasure. However, we don't always feel pleasure in looking at art. So let me show you the example. So let's look at this work of art. So what kind of feeling do you feel from this work of art?
Sad.
Yes, sadness. Why?
Because the lady's life is being taken.
Yes, yes. So she's holding her dead child, right? It must be very sad. Yes. So we can feel her sadness from this work of art. And how about this? This is another example. So what kind of feeling do you feel from this painting?
That's
Fear.
like a scary feeling.
Yes, very scary. It's kind of gross, right?
Yeah.
Yes. So this is Francisco de Goya's painting, Saturn devouring one of his children. He witnessed terrible acts of cruelty, stupidity, warfare, and slaughter during world wars. So he expressed his increasingly pessimistic view of human nature. So art can provide pleasure, that's right, but it can also inspire sadness, horror, pity, awe, and a full range of other emotions. So art can be beautiful, but not all art tries to be beautiful. And beauty is not a requirement for art. Okay, so let's move on to the art and appearances. So these two works of art made by one artist, Pablo Picasso. So he's very famous artist, right? So as you can see on the left painting, Pablo Picasso mastered this traditional technique while still he was a teenager. However, he soon abandoned it for a style of art known as Cubism. It happened almost the end of the 19th century. Not only Pablo Picasso, but also many other artists. Why did art change suddenly? Can you guess why? It's 19th century.
Because they had a lot of sources like writing and magazines, I mean newspapers and stuff.
Uh-huh. Very good approach.
Wait.
Yes?
So he actually had more things to use than to do art. Instead of just crayon, he got some papers and he put them together.
Yeah, very good. Yes, in 19th century, yes, there was industrial revolution, so there are lots of things, but that's not the main point. So see, the left one is so realistic, and the right one is too abstract. What happened?
His emotions changed.
Abstract
Maybe.
writing became famous around that time.
I'm gonna give you a hint. Something was invented. Something was very fantastic. Technique was invented. Okay, I will give the answer. Okay, that is photography. The photography was invented. Now,
Oh.
yes. So for some artists, photography meant the end of the painting. So manual skills were no longer needed to create a visual record, right? No, the photography is more realistic than the painting. That's why many of artists abandoned that and they sought to a new style of art. So sometimes appearances of art has changed by a historical event like this, the photography. And now let's talk about art and meaning. So art is always about something. One brief definition of art is embodied meaning. So understanding art is a cultural skill and must be learned. So for the first thing, you can find the meaning of art through form and content. So form is the physical appearances of the work. And everything the eye registers about it, such as colors, shapes, and internal organization. And content is what the work of art is about. And the next thing can be materials and techniques to see the meaning of art. And the third one is iconography. So iconography means describing images. So iconography involves identifying, describing, and interpreting subject matter in art. And the last thing is context. So art does not happen in a vacuum. So many works of art related to the life and the society of its creators. Here. And sometimes art has purpose. So this is Kara Walker's installation work on Sugar Babies. Can you guess what this work is about?
Babies working in factories and stuff.
Factory. Yes, very close. So there are little, kids. What's the race?
Race as in black people.
Mm-hmm. That's right. That's
Black
right.
children.
That's really, yes, that's really, important, hints. What's the purpose of this art?
To bring attention to it?
Yes, yes. The artist want to bring, attention from, the public. So why? Why the artist
To
made,
show how,
huh?
I guess, the blood and everything. It shows how young black children had to deal with working in factories at a young age back then, and to
Very
show
good.
like how hurtful it was to them at such a young age.
Very good. Very good approach. It's almost close.
And I guess with the white thing in the middle, I guess that's the person that is actually overseeing them or they're working for.
Aha. Very nice. You know what? Everyone is wonderful. So this Sphinx, the white Sphinx, is made by Domino sugar. The real Domino sugar we eat. So the sugar was made by young African kids to import the sugar to the developed countries. And the kids were paid incredibly low labor wage, just like you said. So Walker brought art into a specialized space, evoking a connection between what took place there and larger social and historical issues. Very good. So here's another example. So this is Banksy's mural on Lake Street. Can you tell me what you can see here?
Does it mean whitewashing?
Mm-hmm.
Somebody erasing history.
Yeah, look like he's
Yes, yes, you got the point. There is a historical painting on the wall, and the social worker is cleaning, the scrubbing the wall, the scrubble things, right? Yes, very good. So the Banksy's mural painting depicts a city worker mindlessly power washing a prehistoric rock painting off the wall, much as workers routinely scrub unauthorized graffiti from walls today. So this painting draws a parallel between modern street art and the cave paintings of prehistory that we now consider to be priceless treasure of human patrimony, right? However, like graffiti artists, the cave painters did not have permits or government authorization to paint their images. So they just simply made their work for the public to see. Or the artists want to say that. So the questions that artists of the 20th century posed about the nature of their task and the great formal variety of their responses to those questions served to map the territory of the art world. We now understand that art can manifest itself in many more ways, like a painting, a sculpture, a video, an installation, a website, a computer program, a concept, a performance, and action. So all these and more may be presented and understood as art. Okay, so today's lecture is over. So we have a discussion today. So someone already posted. Very good. All right. So today we're gonna choose one of the artists for the assignment one, excuse me, artist research. So I'm gonna show you the artist research list. Okay, so there are 30 artists, excuse me. There are 30 artists in the artist research list. So all these artists from the textbook and they're very important artists to research in the art history. So I highly recommend to choose one of them in the artist research list. But however, if you want to research, another artist not in the research list, then please email me, okay? Then I will show you the 30 artists list. So this is Vincent van Gogh. So you can research Vincent van Gogh. And this is Mona Lisa by Leonardo da Vinci. So you can research Leonardo da Vinci. And we just saw this work, Marcel Duchamp. He's a very funny guy. So it's going to be fun to research him. And Diego Velázquez. So he's from the Baroque art style in 17th and 18th century. And we saw this work, Francisco de Goya. He's very amazing artist. So you can research him. And Pablo Picasso, very famous artist. And this is Louise Bourgeois. She's a French-American artist. She's a very important artist in the art history. Give me 1 second. I'm sorry. Okay, and then this is Alain de Kooning. He's an amazing artist for the abstract painting. And this is Edgar Degas, one of the Impressionist artists. And this is Jan van Eyck. He's also the Baroque artist, very amazing artist. And Kara Walker. Now, we just saw this work. She's an amazing artist. And Banksy. So he made so many humorous but meaningful paintings on the street. So he's worth for research. And this is Eugene Delacroix. He depicts the French Revolution. Also very amazing artist. And Frida Kahlo. She's a Mexican artist. Her self-portraits are amazing. Okay, Johannes Vermeer. So he's also the Baroque artist and from the North Europe. And this is Robert Smithson's earthwork sculpture. And this is Guerrilla Girls. So Guerrilla Girls is a group of artists. So this is going to be really fun to research. And Rubens, Peter Paul Rubens, he's also the Baroque artist. And this is Raphael. He is one of the master of the Renaissance. And there is another Renaissance master, Michelangelo. And there is a symbolism artist, Gustav Klimt. And this is an impressionist artist, Edward Monet. And this is a Howard Miller, American artist. And this is an Andy Warhol's silk screen work. And this is Frank Gehry's the sculpture artist. And another impressionist artist, Claude Monet. And Paul Gauguin, post-impressionist artist. Very exotic. And this is a pop art, American pop artist, Jeff Koons. He's still alive. And the last one, I'm sorry, before the last one is the idealism artist, Piet Mondrian. And the last artist is Jackson Pollock. He's famous for the action painting technique. He is one of the famous American artists. So these are all 30 artist research list. So when you go to the discussion 1.2, okay, so there is an artist list again, so you can just choose one of them, but here is a rule. So you're gonna choose the artist to research for the assignment 1. And so today we're gonna just to choose the artist. You are not gonna research, okay? Just to choose the artist. And the assignment's due date is next month. So you don't need to worry about it now. So for the artist selection, there's a rule. First to pick, first to get. Which means if someone already picked an artist to research, then you must choose another artist instead of the same artist. So opposed to which artist you are going to research for the assignment 1, now choose one of the artists below and post it with the guide below. So, okay, so here is the posting guide. So please write the number and the artist name like this, number 1, Vincent van Gogh, in the subject box. And then write why you choose this artist for your research. It doesn't need to be serious, for the reason. You can just, say like, oh, I like that artist. Or, oh, the artist's work was so stunning, so attractive to me, like that. Or I'm just, curious about the artist, like that. So hit this green button, and in the subject box, please write the number and the artist name and write the region to choose. Okay. So someone already started, to pick it.
Oh, excuse me.
Mm-hmm.
So if we already did it, it's fine.